So last week, like we discussed, right? How to we can record the script. So I show right last week. So everyone is recorded who are new, right? Sunny and Rashekar.
Yes, Kiran, I got it. Understood that one.
Okay, okay. You are good, right? Recording part.
Yeah,
So that's good. So today, like I will explain for that how after recorded, right? What code will be generated? We can discuss for today class. Okay. I will open first thing where if you are recording the script means before recording the script, you should understand for the business flow of the application. So business flow, nothing but any business flow. For example, you are doing for the any application. So you should understand the business flow first. Then after that, you can do for the like record the script properly. So for example, now we need to open business. Mhm. So this is the our some one application, that is the web tour application. So in this application, what we are doing means we are booking the flight ticket. Okay, so don't think about every time same application. So in you are doing for the any web application, so every time will be different applications will get. For example, if you went for the like different companies, maybe you went for the Dell, so there will be laptops and servers. This will be that are the kind of applications we'll see. So maybe if it is e-commerce applications, so we can see for the e-commerce application login, select a product and buy and log out. So this is the business scenario. Going to the social website like Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, this will be. So this each and every one you can consider as a one application. Every application, if you record means before recording you should understand like, okay, I can do further, these are the steps and this is the things I can do. So first thing in your mind, and after that you can record the script. So after record the script, right, we are able to see the like you can observe transactions with recorded like transaction names using a like launch transaction. So this is the launch transaction. After that, again we need to start the transaction name is a login. After launch we are doing for the login, right? So this is the login code. You can observe here in the login code you are entered username and password, and after that login is ended here. So after that again it started for the click on flight, one more transaction. So each and every step we can like consider as a one transaction. Like search flight button means we are clicking for the after login, right? You are clicking for the like you are entering for the username and password and click for the login button. So you are login. After that, what you are doing, you are clicking the login button, flight button. So that is the step. Click on flight button. It is ended here. And after that, what we are doing, we are selecting for our flights, source and departure and arrive. You can observe this the departure date and arrive. So these all details, what are details you are given, automatically is recorded our tool. So you can observe everything is recorded. Seat preference, seat type, what you are selected, automatically it will be the tool itself, it is recorded. And after that, we are done for the payment details. Before payment, we are selecting the flight. So this is the flight name, like 242 flight number and flight cost and date. This is the flight details. Like we are selecting for the different kinds of flights we are available, right? You are selecting this. That is the one. And after that payment, we are doing for the payment details. Like we are entering for the credit card details and we are doing for the payment. And finally will be your ticket is booked, then we can sign up. This is the sign off step. So means by seeing also you need to identify that okay, when you are given for the proper transaction names, okay, this transaction belongs to for the this code is belong for the sign off, and this code is the like you easily And now coming to the point, so first we'll go to the application. So we are doing for the first launch. So if you are clicking the launch, so if you click the launch, like you are enter the URL, so which function it is generated, we can observe which function means web URL function it is generated. So launch transaction, it is generated as a web URL because you are just clicked. So you are just click means if you are clicking means it is a generated web URL function. So maybe after that, what you are doing, you are submitting to the data to the application. Like you are entered for the username password, means you are submitting to the data to the application. Okay. So now we are submitting and click on login button. So your login is done. Now you can go to the here. We can observe here. See, last start transaction login is started. So now which function it is generated? Web submit data is generated. And you can observe here names, username, password, Jojo B. So if your click means web URL function is generated. But when you are entering some data to the application, when you are submitting to the data to the application, it is generated as a web submit data. So these points also very clear for you when you are recording, right? After record, what are the functions will be generated? So maybe if someone will ask, so in load runner script, what are the functions you are observed? So you need to know. So that is point of view. I'm explaining for this all things. Okay, please carefully listen. So now you can observe submit data. We are submitted. After that, you are click the flight button. So if you are click the flight button means which function it will generated? Guess anyone? If you clicked, see, click on flight button means we are just clicking. We are not submitting any data, just your click. So if it is a click means it is a generating for the web URL function. Search flight button is a web URL function. This code is generated as a web URL function. And after that, next we are doing for the find flight means we are finding the flight. So finding the flight, some departure to arrival. So this will be, we are anything clicking or you are submitting to the data to the application. So what is the departure city? What is the arrival city you are submitting to the application? So I want to go to the some Denver to London. I want to go to the Los Angeles to Paris. So you are submitting to the data to the application and you are submitting to the date also. You are submitting for the number of passengers and which seat you need to. So these are all details you are submitting. So if you submit means which function it is generated? Rashekar? You are
Yes, Kiran.
submitting means which function it will generate?
Find plate.
Yes, find flight it's generated, right? So means you are,
Yes.
so not find flight. Sorry, you are submitting
So
means it will be generated for the web submit data function. So this is the function, web submit data function. So you are clicking means you can observe above your web URL. So it's very simple thing. So anything you are submitting to the application, it is generated as a web submit data. When you are just click is happening, like then it is generated as a web URL function. It's clear? Now we'll see the next transaction. And after that, we'll go to the application. So we are selected, we are all things we done. And after that, so these are all available flights from the like Denver. So okay, Denver to Denver only came, right? Oh, we'll do one thing. We'll change. Okay, I will change for the Paris. Okay. Now you can observe Denver to Paris. These are all available flights. So here also, which function it is generate means here also we are submitting the our flight. So I want for the Blue Sky Air 042 flight. I want for the 041 flight. Means I am submitting to the application. So means which function it is generated? Web submit data only it is generated. Now you can observe web submit data. You can observe this is the outbound flight value, like flight is a 242 flight we are selected. And next after that, final will be payment details. So after can click on this again, payment also you are submitting to the application. So this is the my first name, this is the my last name, this is the address and city, and this is the my credit card details, expire details. So these are all details you are submitting to the application. So that is why it is generated as a web submit data. And after that you can observe here. So now we can observe here, final transaction sign off. After enter for the all details, we are clicking for the continue. So final will be thank you for booking through web tour application. Final will transaction sign off. Sign off, what we are doing, we are clicking. If you click means which function it generated? Web URL function is generated. So if now it's clear everyone, like if you are submitting means what is the function it will generated, and if you are clicking the application, so which function is generated, everyone is clear? Yes or no?
Sorry, Kiran.
Okay, thank you. So now, like I will just one time I will execute, we'll see the output window. And now LR start transaction, end transaction, which purpose we can use? Last time already I told, right? So which purpose we can use? Anyone? LR start transaction, end transaction. So to measure the particular transaction response time, we can use for the LR start and end. So for example, I will comment this and I will comment this. Okay. Now we'll just run this. Okay. This is the reply button. Just I am running the our script. So now see your script will be passed. Now we'll see the results here. Okay, I think so it will come like this, means you are unable to see the your transactions. We can go to the tools. Here will be we have the options will be there, and there we have the scripting. In that replay, we can select for the collect replay statistics and store runtime. Wherever you can check and click on OK. And again you can replay. Now you are able to see for the transactions also. So now we'll observe. See, login is 694 milliseconds happen. Click on flight, 336 milliseconds happen. Find flight, 593. Payment, 187. Sign up, 286. Means this is the milliseconds only. It is happen for the each and every transaction, only for one user point of view. But here you can observe, I disable for like comment for the like login transaction. It is calculated here. You are able to see the last transaction. No, right? So
No, Kiran.
yeah. So now what we can do means, so that is why very important thing for the start transaction, end transaction for the our performance testing point of view. Because our major job will be like you are executing 100 users. 100 users, what is the response time? So 100 user point of view, the particular transaction, launch how much time happen, login how much time happen, and some payment transaction, how much time happened for the 100 user point of view, we need to calculate and we need to give for the our client. So like client is given 2 seconds as a SLA. SLA nothing but service level agreement. So you need to check with the results here. Okay, 1000 users, each and every transaction, we are meeting our SLA or not, you need to check. So major job will be, that is our major job. So now we'll come to the scripting. So now I will enable this on comment. So again, we'll just save this. This is the save button. This is the replay button. Just click for the replay button, nothing but we are executing for the script. So our script will be fast. Now you can observe here. So now you got the launch or not? Everyone able to see launch? So
Yes, Kiran.
yes, that is why launch transaction is not only launch. So each and every transaction is a very important point of for the our testing point of view. Because so in our application you are testing means this particular transaction response time we need to calculate. That is point of view we need to give for the start and end transactions also. So now we'll come to the script. So now we are know for the all things like how to we can record the script, and after that what is the functions will be generated and what is the use of start transaction, end transaction. So everyone is clear, right? Now my question. So I want to do for the some scripting enhancements we can do for this script. Before going to the execution, we can do for the some scripting enhancements. So for example, you are doing for the 100 usernames, 100 users. Means we need for the 100 username passwords, like, so only single user we can execute for the 100 times. It is a realistic environment. Yes or no?
No, Kiran.
No, right? So that is why
No.
means we need for the 100 usernames and 100 password. So now we can come to the login part. But here we have the Jojo bin. Only one user will be there. But how can I keep for the 100 users here? If you keep here only in the controller, you can execute for the 100 means 100, 1000 means 1000, you can execute, right? So that is point of view we can do for the one scripting enhancements called a parameterization. Parameterization nothing but, so some file you are creating, in that file, how many data you want, you can keep that file. And you can use for the like execution point of view. So how to we can do means, first thing, like parameterization nothing but, what is the parameterization nothing but, what are the values you are entering through keyword, so those values you should do the parameterization. So first scripting enhancements is the parameterization. So what is the parameterization nothing but, what are the values you are entering through keyword, that all values you need to do for the parameterization. For as of now, like everyone understand. So what are the values you are entered, in the script? What are the values we are entered? Everyone will be know. So by seeing when you are well application, so you can observe you are entering for the Jojo B. So username password you are entered means you need to do for the parameterization. And click on this. Next, click on flight. And after that, this Denver, departure city, and Eru city, you are entering or you are selecting?
Selecting.
Selecting means we are not do for the parameterization. Okay. So that's clear. Date and time you are entering. Like if you want change the date means you can change for the date also. Like 4th month. Okay. You can change for the 01. And future date also, if you want change means you can change for the like return date. I want for the 6th date. Means you are changing for the departure date and return date also. Means you are through entering for the keyboard means what we can do for the parameterization, departure date, arrival date, and number of passenger also you are entering. And but you can observe seating preference, seat type you are just selecting for the here. Like this you are selecting. Means this is also we not do for the parameter. Click on this. And after that, you are selecting for the flight, but you are not entering anything. And after that, this all details, first name, last name, street address, city, and credit card, and expired date, these all details we are entering. Means these details also we need to do for the parameterization. And click on continue. So sign off. Now it's clear, right, everyone? Like what values we know? Username, password, departure date, arrive date, number of passengers, first name, last name, street address, zip code, credit card expiry date. So these all details you can do for the parameterization. First thing you need to know for the what values I want to do for the parameterization. After that, how to we can do, that is thing will be different. So everyone is understand, right? What are the values you are entering through keyboard? Those values you should do the parameterization. So everyone is clear? So now we'll see the how to we can do the parameterization. So just now you can come to the script. You need to check for the one by one. Okay, start transaction, LR launch. So for here we have any values will be there. You are enter any values? No, right? So
No problem.
you don't have any parameterization values. After that, come to the login transaction. And after that, you can observe this user section you are entered. No, right?
Yes, Kiran. Login values.
So, and after that, you can observe username, password. You are entered or it is a come from the application. We are entered. So means what we can do? We can do for the parameterization. How do we can do means now we identify the username, do the parameterization. How do we can do means just click for that, select for the username, click on right button and click for the replace with parameter and enter for the create new parameter. Just nothing you can do, just you can select this and click on right button, replace with parameter and create new parameter and give for the parameter name. Which value you are doing?
Username.
User section, right? So means we can do for user section. Now we are doing for the username, right? You can give for the user name. Parameterization you are doing, right? Param you can give. Just we need to give for the same name because someone will be see means okay, he done for the username parameterization, he done for the parameterization password. So that is why what is the name here it will be there, same name you can give. Now we are doing for the which one? Username. So that is why I given for this. Okay. So now click for the property. Click on for the username param. Already exist. Okay. Name we can change username underscore param and click on properties. And after that, this one window will open. Here parameter types will be there. We have the different type of parameter types will be there. File, date and time, group name, iteration number, all will be there. So which one, which purpose we can use, you need to know for that. Okay. So how do we know that means? So file. So file when we can use means, so if it is a, when you are doing for the text kind of numeric kind of things, you need to use for the file type. The parameter type will be file. Maybe it is a date and time. For example, we are doing for the departure date. So means you can select for the date and time. Maybe you are doing for the username, password, first name, last name, address 1, address 2. This all details you are doing means that all will be text type only, right? Because you will be doing for that is characters as a text type. So if it is a text type, we need to select for the always file only. And here observe, this is the your name, username param you are given, and last it is added dot. So what is the parameterization extension file? Anyone ask means we need to give as a dot, DAT dot. What is the parameterization extension file means? DAT dot. So now, so what is the parameterization file? Extension file?
DAT.
Dot. So after that, just your selected parameter type and file type and click on create table and click on OK. And now click for the edit with notepad. And now you can copy or paste or you can enter for the how many users you want, you can add. Jojo 1, I am adding for the number, just how to we can add. I am showing Jojo 2, Jojo 3 and Jojo 4 and Jojo 5. So for example, now I added for the 5 user, just to save this file. Okay, save. Now you can observe what is the name I given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I added. So if you want to do for the more means you can copy or paste whatever maybe you can add it for the there. 100 means you can add for the 100. Okay. Now just close this and click on OK. And always no, because it is asking for the replace point of view. If you want replace means you can click on replace. Now you can click no. See, now username is a parameter is completed. Now next value what we can do? Same.
Password.
Password also same way I can do. Replace with parameter and create new parameter and give for the parameter name password param. Okay. So now password. Underscore param. And this is the file type only because it is a text only, right? Bean is a text only. So that is why I selected as a file type and click on properties. And this is the password param dot file is created. Click on create table, click on OK. Then edit with notepad and enter for the passwords. Bean 1, Bean 2. So we need to give for the valid username password. That is the very good thing because this user is not existed as a registered user. So you can log in successfully. No, right? So that is why we need to give for the valid username passwords here. For example, you are giving for the 100 user test you are doing. You need to give for the 100 username password as a valid. So just I save this, just click on OK, just click on. So like this, see now password param is done. Next, come to the next and here click on flight. We don't have any values and come to the next transaction is find flight. You can observe here London will be there, here date will be there. So means date we can do, we are entered or we are selected.
Enter.
So means what we can do for the parameterization. So now come to the point like so now what we can do now date also I will show for the one for the date. So you can select for this value same thing, just a right button and replace with parameter, create new parameter and give for the parameter name. What is that? Departure rate. You can give for the depart underscore date and properties. And here we need to select for the what type? Date and time.
X.
So file parameter type will be date and time because you are doing for the date and time and click on properties. Now you can observe this is the date and time. Now these things is important. So now what is the your format? Same format you need to select here. Our format will be what? So like month and date and year. So here you need to select for that format, month, date and year. You can select this. See month, date, year. So but here is a 2022 will be there. So we can edit also possible here. You can just click on Y, capital Y, then you will get for this format. Means application, what is the format will be there, you need to give for that format only, because application it is accept means we need to give for the same as the application format. So now same format you are given, then just click on close and click on OK. Then no. Now date and time also completed. Just now what we can do means same way you can do for the departure city, departure date and number of passengers and first name, last name, all the same thing you can do. Now I will execute and I will show for the difference. So now we can do for the multiple users means go to the runtime settings. Here we have the run logic will be there. Here you can give it as a 4 iteration, means 4 users I am executing. And every time logs, come to the logs, every time we need select for the extend logs and parameter substitution. When you are doing for the replay, right, you need to select this logs. And if you want for the how many times you want means you can select for the year. Then just save this. Now you can just replay. It will execute for the 4 times. Now you can observe 4 times it is executed. So means you are given 4 users, right? Now we did for the parameterization, right? Now you can observe for the output window everything. Come to the starting line. So starting iteration 1 means first user is started, is a launch is started, and after that you can observe here launch is ended, means launch code is ended here, and after that login is started. Now you can observe you are done for the username param as a parameter. You have passed the value first Jojo bin, first iteration. And same thing come to the down, and date and time also you done. So you can observe 03/30/2023 is picked. Last time will be some different date will be there. Now you got for the current date. So this is the first iteration. Now come to the here, see ending iteration 1 means first user is the ended, means logout up to logout is completed. Again second user, again he launched the application, see launch second user,